What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another beautiful episode with your boys, Buzz. We got our drinks ready. Got a great episode for you here, and we're going to start right off talking about the UFC White House fight. We do have some news that we need to talk about. Conor McGregor has came out and said that he will be on the card, and he's going to be fighting Michael Chandler at the White House event. Now, if you guys did not know, Conor and Michael Chandler were supposed to fight a few years back, but the fight just never accumulated. Now we're going to get it at the White House. I guess the question is, does that fight intrigue you, wanting to see that fight now? Or is it just Conor's on the card is literally what make,
I think this day and age for both of them and their career paths, I think it still works. And I still think the fighters will still have enough in the tank to have enough time to prepare.
Well, considering this is the most focused Conor we've seen.
Well, I mean, you want to get the best of the best. And honestly, I don't care who Conor fights. I'd be tuning in to watch Conor. He's you had to have Conor. He is the show. He has to be one of the main.
He's got to be like co-main event, co-main event. It has to be without question.
You have to have it. He has not the main event. I still think Jones will be the main event. And Conor will be co. Because I mean, you just can't just have one main event.
No,
you almost would have at this time in my mind you'd have maybe 2 or 3
I guess I'm just really happy that Conor came out and Dana has confirmed this, that Conor is on the card. So at least we know that is set in stone.
Well, we also know Jones is on it as well. He came out in his apology, whatever, and I think that's going to be the last fight, the biggest mega.
Dana's just got to get out of his feelings and just,
It'll happen.
It'll happen.
But I'm here for McGregor.
I am too. I know we spoke about where we're still speaking on, we're still a little ways away, but I'm just happy that we got that part done. Obviously John's out getting in his testing, doing his stuff. He's apologized.
It sounds like Sean O'Malley has a good chance of also being.
I would love to see Shane O'Malley on that card as well. I haven't seen Shane O'Malley in a minute. I'm really trying to think who else I really want to really see on this card. Somebody else I would like to see, but I don't know if he'll do it. George St. Pierre. I would love to see George St. Pierre appear on this as well. Granted, I don't know if he will, but that would be really cool to see him on the card. To me, when you look at current fighters, current guys, obviously Shane O'Malley is a current fighter, but big name, box office as well. I just don't think you can really do many current fighters. I know we've had these conversations. I just think you have to bring back some of the old timers, I guess you could call it, for a fight like this just to put on. Because a lot of the guys that we call old timers are mid-30s. Right. They're not old. In the fight game, that's old, but
I mean we've already talked about it. But something that just came to mind before we move on is, does Floyd need to be involved in this at all? The biggest name in boxing, does Floyd? And not fighting, obviously, but should they somehow try to incorporate?
I can see him and Dana trying to do something. I mean, they have a good relationship to a degree.
I mean, it'll help bring in some of the boxing too. And Floyd's the biggest name in fighting in general here in America. Mm-hmm. So
you're not wrong.
I think getting Floyd somehow to help, whether it's kind of via promotion or anything with Floyd.
Anything with Floyd, I think would be great.
A grand idea. But they've also laid out how they're going to walk out from the normal
office. It's so great. If you have not seen how they're going to have it, you need to go check it. It is, honestly, just seeing how they envision it, I can only imagine what it's really going to look like. It's going to be badass. It's going to give you a view, especially if you've never been to the White House or
90%, 90% of Americans.
Yeah, you're going to get a view that you just never thought you would see.
So does it make you actually excited for the 4th of July? Because you hate the 4th of July.
So
you hate.
Yes, I'm excited for this 4th of July.
Alright, about fucking time you're excited for the 4th of July.
Just know I'll be here because you'll have the fights.
I will.
We'll be here. So, but that is all the news we got for that. Again, still ways away, but I'm just happy we got that core put on and whatnot. Moving on to some other cool, I guess you could say cool news to a degree. MLB. Baseball, Major League Baseball is going to an automated ball striking system. Now, Brandon's got all that pulled up to give you the breakdown.
So balls and strikes will be challengeable using the automated umpire system starting in the 2026 MLB regular season. So pretty much, the little fake box we see on TV where the ball lands. They will now be able to use that system. Their coaches will be able to challenge balls or strikes. We'll still have real umps calling balls and strikes, but every coach has 2 challenges for balls and strikes. Well, I mean, you challenge 2 strikes, or you challenge 2 balls, or one of the
I'm here for this system just because if you pay attention to baseball, or if you just catch the highlights, there's a lot of umpires that are missing strikes that they're calling balls, or balls that they're calling strikes.
But are you worried this is going to slow the game down? Because
to
the
a
big
degree,
differences of just speeding it up.
To a degree, yes. But as long as they have somebody like in the NFL terms, like New York's already looked at it, bring it down, we're going. Like somebody's got to be already there, like bang, good. We're off. Like we're not spending, fucking like we're just staring at it. Like no, like it's already got to be kind of like how in football, New York's already looked at it. We're done. Like we already got the position. Wherever baseball is, somebody's already got to look at that, and we're off to the races. But I also think too, like you're trying to. We were just speaking about it. Baseball is baseball really that long, or is it just that hard to watch at times? Like
yeah, so a little fun fact for everybody that says, "Oh, baseball's so long." Got some little fun facts for you. So basketball, NBA is roughly about 2 hours, give or take. You know, playoffs last a little bit longer, more timeouts, more fouls. Well, then you have ice hockey, NHL. Well, that's about 2.5 hours, give or take. Our MLS in World Cup lasts a little over 2 hours, give or take, which is about right.
Yeah.
But then you go to our NFL, everybody's pastime here in America, and it's 3 hours. It's a 3-hour game in actual totality of stoppage times, commercials, etc., etc. Baseball is just a little under 3 hours. About 2 hours and 56 minutes is how long baseball games usually run, which I thought they were just longer than that, personally.
Pretty much.
Because everyone's like, oh, baseball games are so long, and I feel like they're long. But minutes is just so long in between, like, plays.
Yeah.
That going on, like, football, like, it might feel like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a play. It's a play. It's a play, commercial, we're back. It's a play, commercial, then we're back.
They really draw out baseball. That's why it feels long. It's barely drawn out. Well, it's the illusion that it's super drawn out because, like you said, it's commercial play, commercial. So they draw it out. I think if baseball really wants to, you just gotta stop. Like, let the game play. Like, just let it go.
Well, honestly, I think they have like a 24-second play clock or like pitch count now.
Yeah.
I think they cut that bitch down to like 16.
Yeah, I was about to say like 12 to 15.
Like, how long do you really need to figure out what you're going to throw this guy? Like, you did, like, you
consider now, like, you're consistently using your bullpen. Like, you're just not, like...
Well, as a pitcher, you have to, you have 2 or 3 pitches pitchers usually throw. They have 2 great, you're really good at 2 pitches. You have kind of a third.
You got your fastball.
But you know the guy you're throwing at.
Yeah.
You've done the homework, you've done the study, and I'm like, why do you need so long to throw? And I think every batter should get like just 1 step out per bat. Outside of that, you gotta stay in that goddamn box.
Yeah.
The pitch happens as soon as the catcher throws the ball back to the pitcher, and we go.
Absolutely.
And I like how they also like you only have so many so you throw at the person that you think might be attempting to steal.
Yeah.
You don't have so many attempts to throw at them before you have to actually pitch.
Yeah.
I like that too, but I think they can make the game faster by cutting down on some of it and. I like the actual, like, how long it takes.
Considering 2 baseball is just it's 9 innings, like.
Well, 9 innings really shouldn't take that long.
No.
Like, if we're throw and catch, like this should be a little pet to all of this. And I think baseball is getting a little bit in the, trying to get more action in it.
Which I respect what baseball's trying to do, adding this in. They're working on the pitch count. Again, I still think I agree with Brian. We need to bring the pitch count. The time down even more. 12. I say 12 to 15. What are you doing here? Like you said, you got your pitches. You know what you're gonna throw. You might have your changeup or whatnot. But outside of that, you know what you're throwing. You got plenty of time to rest and then go. Like I said, you're using your bullpen so much nowadays in baseball that.
Well, you can go back to 6 innings. Like how much rest do we really need in between pitches and pitch? Like as soon as I got the ball back and I'm set. The clock needs to be running. That's all I'm like 15, 16 seconds. Would be a perfect amount of time to get it off. And honestly, I think it should be a big penalty. To me, penalize it. If you don't get the pitch off in like 15, 16 seconds, take your base.
That's fair.
Penalize the guy. And if the guy and the batter steps out more than once, you're out. Go sit down.
Pretty much.
Like, let's speed baseball up even more. And if we get the baseball around 2.5 hours, I think that'd be perfect. And I think you'd keep people's attention because clearly here in America, our attention span, with slow sports
I
that.
think they, especially on TV,
Relax.
you'd keep your attention more on TV because obviously at the game you're getting a different, experience.
But even that too, though. I mean, like you're there, so it's a little bit different. But even have gone to baseball games, it's a drag.
Yeah, I've never been, so I don't know.
It's a drag. It can be a very long
That's
drag.
fair. But that is the news in baseball. Let us know what you think. We're here for it. But I think there's going to be some trial and error with it until they, obviously get it to how they want it.
Like I said,
everybody has those.
I hope it's immediate. Like I challenge it, and it's immediate call.
Well, if you're baseball and you look at everybody else in sports, it's got it from basketball to NFL.
Well, basketball really doesn't have it like that. Basketball will still go to the monitor, but like NFL, it's immediate. Like hell, you don't even have to challenge some places in NFL. They're like, oh, we misspotted it now, or like actually.
They don't even need to really challenge anymore because they're already looking at everything. So, but I'm here for it. I'm liking what baseball is doing. They're trying to improve. That's really all you can ask for. Moving over to basketball, we're going to start with the WNBA. Last week, we talked about the co-defensive player of the year, how they handed that out. Well, Asia Wilson won MVP. There was no co-MVP that some people thought might have happened. Asia Wilson did get her MVP, her fourth MVP in league history, or in her career. She's only 29 years old. She now joins LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Bill Russell as the only four-time league MVPs before the age of 30.
That's crazy work.
That's crazy work. That's very crazy work. She had a great year. Let me see. We can pull it up right here. She became the first player to average 20 points and 10 rebounds in multiple seasons in WNBA history. She also had 13 30-point games this WNBA season, the most ever in a WNBA campaign. So, that's a lot of history for Asia Wilson. Again, she's only 29 years old. Not even really just basically peaking your powers, like entering your prime. Basically, you're in your prime.
Especially like in this day and age, she's at the peak of her powers. I wouldn't be surprised if she now voter fatigue is starting to show up a little bit.
Clearly,
in the NBA,
we see that,
which is a little kind of crazy, but I'm not surprised based off of the attention they're starting to get. But
yes,
I wouldn't be surprised if she, by the time she was 34, she didn't get another 2 or 3 more MVPs.
I'll be very curious
on the trajectory she's going.
The trajectory, what she is
her
on
trajectory.
Her trajectory, yes. But then when you look at voter fatigue and when you compare it to obviously the NBA, the most Joker is what I'm going to compare it to.
Right, but like in the W though, like how many other women are really in her stratosphere? There's not a whole other women
Well, that's why I say
talent-wise. I'm not saying popularity-wise, but I'm saying talent-wise. Sure, if Caitlin Clark stayed out for the whole season, maybe there might be a little bit of a conversation in a couple of years if Caitlin Clark starts, evolving.
Well, that's why I said there's a difference between being the best player and the face. Asia Wilson is clearly head and shoulders the best player in the W, and it's not even close. It's really not close. But she's not the face of the league, unfortunately. That belongs to.
Is that really unfortunate though?
No. That's
less eyes, there's less pressure on her though. So just kind of go out and ball while Caitlin Clark has to live up to a certain standard that I think all of us as fans of hers. I felt like she kind of let us all down her second year in the league, and then just was
it's crazy too because the WNBA playoffs are going on. Both game 3s are today, which you guys will see this episode we posted Saturday. So those games have already been played. The Indiana Fever and the Las Vegas Aces. The series is tied 1-1.
Yeah.
And then you got the Phoenix Mercury and the Minnesota Lynx. They're both tied 1-1. The WNBA is banking on that the Aces and Minnesota get to the WNBA Finals. A lot of people are saying they feel like it could be a huge letdown for the W if the Indiana Fever and the Phoenix Mercury get to the WNBA Finals because one, you gotta look at the Indiana Fever. Kudos to them. That whole roster is hurt. They got their whole bench could be sidelined with just injuries, theoretically. It's insane. They're battling. They've gone a lot further than I thought. I think they did make it out of the first round. And they're in the semifinals against the Aces, who have been to the finals multiple times, got 2 chips. And they've, outside of this last game, it was been competitive. They got obviously blown out. But what did you really expect them to be? They're missing half their roster.
The Fever did kind of blow out the Aces in Game 1, 89-73, and then they got blown out 90-68.
And then you had the Phoenix. Phoenix came back in Game 1 and by down 20, third largest comeback in history. And then Phoenix obviously took Game 2, Minnesota took Game 2. So, but for the W, like they're banking on at least the Aces or Minnesota getting to the WNBA finals. Like they're banking on that. Now, if Caitlin Clark was healthy, we're having a different conversation.
No, Phoenix Mercury, they took Game 2.
Oh, they
Phoenix
took
Mercury. They let the comeback. The Minnesota Lynx came back and got Game 1. And the Phoenix Mercury they took Game 2.
Game 2, that's right. Yeah. So, like you said, but the playoffs are going on in the W. Those are the teams that are going on, like you said. But be very curious to see what happens here.
Let's hypothetically say the Indiana Fever. Let's say they win the chip without Caitlin Clark. What kind of pressure going into next season? Because you're missing her and a couple of other key players that are out. I'm assuming won't be returning even if they make it to the finals and it goes 7. I'm assuming she's just shut down for the whole. She's just done this year.
Yeah,
this is my assumption. That's what it sounds like. So I would say they win it all. So you had that roster without those girls, and then they come, and then now you're going into the next year with the roster that won it, plus adding them back. What kind of pressure does that put on Caitlin Clark?
It's a lot of pressure. Probably more pressure than any of us could imagine, honestly.
But what is it? The face of the league. You're at your third year in the league. You're expecting to kind of start hitting your prime and really kind of exploding out. Paige Beckers just kind of came onto the scene of really kind of starting to take a little bit of that limelight from her. What kind of pressure would it put on her?
It's a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
That's all you got.
It's a lot of pressure because the questions become are you just hype at this point? Which is not.
Is your basketball not winning basketball?
Yeah, are you? Because a lot of people look at her game as she's just a passer and 3-point shooter. When you talk about Paige Becker, she's got that kind of that all-around game. Can give it to you from all areas of the court, from the mid-range to the 3-ball. Got some post game. Got a back-to-the-basket game. Fortunately, Clark doesn't have the back-to-the-basket game. Clark can hit in the mid-range, but it's just not where she gets a lot of her shots from because you're picking her up goddamn full court. I can't get to the goddamn paint. You're picking me up, so I have to create my space and get it off from deep. That's kind of her game. But yeah, no, if Indiana was to hypothetically get there and win the chip, boy, without Caitlin Clark in the line, say she doesn't come back, boy, that's a whole new conversation to have. Especially if you come back and you're not having success
with them in the lineup.
With you in the lineup with everybody else. Ouch. I don't even want to think about that, honestly, because it's kind of crazy to think about. I mean, hell, you think about how much we talked about Angel. Now she's completely out of the limelight. She's in trade talks to probably be moved in the offseason. Who knows where she's going to be? She might be starting somewhere new. That's crazy to think. You've only going into your third year in the league and you're only going to be moved and you were a lottery pick? That's crazy. So, but moving over to the NBA side, we do have some NBA stuff we got to talk about. The NBA season is approaching mid-October, about a month away from the NBA season. We got some injuries to talk about. Fred VanVleet tore his ACL. He's done for the year. And what even hurts the Rockets even more is they can't even add nobody. They got 0 caps, but can't add nobody. So I don't even know what they gonna do. Somebody's going to have to give some money back. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who give him money back?
Not me.
And then Jared McCullough, he was a rookie last year. He was honestly on his way to win Rookie of the Year before he got hurt. He fucked up his thumb. UCL. I think he tore his thumb. He's going to be out for some time. What Philly's cursed? What's going on down there in Philly?
Well, speaking of Philly, Joel Embiid, there is no timeline set for him to return. According to Daryl Mooney, there's no timeline set.
Well, I also see on the headlines, if you go to NBA.com, it says Embiid and Paul George are still recovering from injuries. What do you mean still recovering, dog? You had a whole year to recover. Those guys are out. And then, on top of that, Scoot Henderson tore his hamstring. He's going to be out. I just have a lot of questions. What are NBA players doing are you just sitting down all year and then just get up and play? What? 85-year-old LeBron don't get hurt. But 20-year-olds out here, they can't even stay healthy. Like, what is going on with that?
You know what?
I have a lot of questions. Like, how are you already hurt and the season even fucking started? Practices, camps haven't even started. Like, you just working out and getting hurt.
Because they're not taking care of your body
Like,
in the off season.
Like,
that's all it comes down to. They want the season to be shorter because then there's low manage and like.
Well, you're practicing less, like,
and so you're practicing less, but you're not taking care of your body. And the practices are really supposed to. You're supposed to break yourself down in practices and mini camp and training camp, and then build yourself back up in with practices. So then you're at your peak performances in games, so you can play the 35, 38 minutes in the game, and you make it an 82 game season. But you don't. But you want you want a longer off season because you don't want to. You don't want all this or that. But still, individually, you have to put in that work so you don't have these kind of injuries, which kind of points to some of the old heads saying look, the reason why you put these injuries is because y'all ain't taking it seriously.
Yeah, you're not taking it seriously. Not taking care of your body.
I mean, when you look at these young players coming up with like soft tissue injuries or torn hamstrings.
That's not good. Like when you
just because you're not taking care of your body, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing on your own time.
Yeah,
and you're taking what you have for granted, in my personal opinion. When you're such a young and up-and-coming player like Scoot Anderson, you're not. You're cheating. You're cheating the fans, and you're cheating the league. At that
and you're cheating yourself too. You're causing yourself not to reach your full potential. Look at again. I'm not saying look at Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid had injuries at Kansas.
Well, you knew he was injury prone,
and it's just you've never really seen Joel Embiid at his full strength. And everyone that wants to come out and say, "Well, yeah, we did his MVP season." No, that was not full strength Embiid. That was. Let's keep it a buck. Embiid cried, and he got the sorrow vote.
But we saw.
But that was the best version.
Well, we saw around that time, around those years, was probably the best Joel that we had, health wise and skill wise. And it's just unfortunate. Some players are just a little too big or a little too tall, or their body just can't quite handle what they have. Speaking of that, though,
I'm about to say
Zion Williams. Boy, those Olympics is working hell hard for that man's body. Good hell, Zion. I mean, Zion's probably
Zion is just if you need to know what we're speaking about, go take Zion from college, and every year he's been in the league till now, and it is a different body type every time. He looks great. He's in great shape. He looks good.
Does he look good though? Because he looks a little unhealthy. He looks like he lost muscle.
And he says it's the best he's felt since college. But when I look at him in college, boy, you look bigger in college.
I bet he feels good. Physically. I bet his body does feel good. The dude looks like he lost almost 100 pounds of mass, muscle, fat.
But the biggest thing about that whole thing right there is how long before you put it back on? That's always been the problem. Keeps it off.
If you're taking something to help lose,
he has to be on something. He has to be on something.
If you're taking something to help you lose the weight,
they had this dude doing football workouts and
look, whatever he did this offseason is not because of football.
No,
it's not because of whatever workout or what he wasn't eating. He was taking some kind of medication to help lose. You look at his face. I didn't know that was Zion. Well, Zion who? So I'm curious.
Again, not knocking it because he had to do something to get on.
So I'm curious kind of see
what he looks like.
I'm curious about his game because his game is a mid-range, attack the rim,
finesse type of game.
It wasn't finesse.
Well,
it was bully ball, and I'm going
to
to force my will on you. And I was, we really got a glimpse of it about 3 years ago. Then he's just kind of injured out. So I'm really kind of curious to see. Losing all that, that weight, and it looks kind of like that muscle too. What kind of game does he really have then?
Yeah,
I'm really curious to see.
But I also saw something in his contract about his weight, and his money has to do with 60% of his money has to do with his weight this season because of the part of the contract that he's in. So it's on. The pressure's on. You're gonna lose money.
Well, he's not losing any money because he's set. He's good. But I'm curious to see what kind of player you're getting now being...
Considering the hype behind Zion when he came out, at some point we got to see it, or we've always said it's labeled bust until we see something.
It's hard to say that he's really a bust. You've seen the talent, it's just kind of the weight. And like I said, I'm more intrigued now to see him and the Pelicans and what he can really do at whatever weight he actually comes in at come the tip-off.
Absolutely. Now, one of the headlines that we need to speak about. Actually, before we get to that headline, we need to talk about this new headline that just popped out. J.J. Redick got a contract extension after 1 year.
Yeah.
1 year. Basically got a 2-year, $13 million. Basically, from what we understand, he got a 2-year contract extension worth $13 million. So he originally signed a 4-year, $32 million. Now he signed a 2-year, $13 million, basically making it a 6-year, $45 million contract. Is how we're taking it.
Yeah.
It's how I'm basically summing this up, which I'm puzzled by it. I don't understand it. Just know I should have went into coaching, because
I'm just confused
one season,
on how 1 season equals an extension and.
Granted, it's a 2-year extension, but it's like,
right,
why? Why are we doing it now?
Signed to 4, so now you're linked to the Lakers for 5 more years. So
I'm puzzled by it. I don't understand it. I get happy for JJ, but I would have been more maybe we'll talk about the contract extension maybe after this season potentially.
But you can also turn it on the other way. It's a sign of stability for the Lakers roster, for Luka, for potential DeAndre Ayton, maybe LeBron if he comes back for another year or two with the Lakers.
Speaking of LeBron,
but it's even good because the Lakers and JJ always they're talking about developing the younger guys.
Yes.
And wanting to, have a little bit more homegrown talent-esque type versus just kind of going out and trying to snag a star. So it kind of helps the stability. They're knowing you're that head coach. Like Luka probably wants to know his head coach is locked in for a while because they signed Luka, they sold the franchise, and clearly the owners of the Lakers they're cool with giving JJ this deal.
So, speaking of LeBron. It came out that he actually wanted a contract extension, but the Lakers said no. That's why he did the player option. He had to opt into his player option. That was rare to see LeBron do because normally he always
offered him an extension.
No, he wanted an extension.
Oh,
they did not. No? They said no. That's why he opted into his player option. Which I understand it to a degree. I guess again, LeBron fan. I don't really. Again, he's always going to be right around his 25, 27 points per game. But it's you're just not, unfortunately, not the same dude that you once were, so I don't know.
The problem is that LeBron's, is LeBron a top 10 player? Yes. LeBron top 5? True, close. 4, 5, or 6.
Well, according to ESPN's top 10, he's ranked 8th.
Like I said, is LeBron a top 10? Yes. Is LeBron top 5? Probably, maybe, give or take. But, that's a lot of money to give a 3-year-old and invest another couple
41, 42,
to invest another couple years in with him at 55, 60 million. That's a lot of money.
So
when you could potentially go sign Joker.
Yeah, that's what I'm honestly, I'm happy the NBA season's coming back, don't get it twisted. But I'm more I'm not trying to fast forward to the NBA season, but I'm really curious to see what happens next NBA offseason. Obviously we know the Luka Joker connection, they have a great bond, they're great friends.
Honestly,
and Joker made it very clear. He came out, and it wasn't a big story because it's really not. He made it clear, I'm not signing an extension because why would you when there's a potential to make $50 million more potentially if he stays with Denver. But then there's also that small spark. Him and Joker team up in LA. Boys might have LA buzzing.
Well, it was just a reasoning on why you would not give LeBron an extension because if you don't give him an extension,
you can't
gives you money to sign Austin Reeves in the following offseason, gives you also a max contract slot to go get somebody else that is in their prime to pair with a Luka.
Considering that maybe Austin Reeves does get moved,
it could potentially maybe happen, but the whole LeBron thing makes sense. I wouldn't want to give him an extension.
No, I wouldn't either, and that's coming from a LeBron fan. I wouldn't either.
You would, but that's fine.
I wouldn't.
You would.
I would not.
Okay.
Not the extension that he probably would want. No, would I give him one, but not what he probably thinks he should.
So then you wouldn't give him a contract extension.
I just
he probably wants something close to the max, and he's not max. He's not really it's tough to give is he a max player? Yes, but at his age, it's tough because you're just one slip on the hardwood and you're done, and I'm fucked.
But I think the biggest story still in the NBA is the Jonathan Kuminga stuff that's still going on. Kuminga did not attend Jimmy Butler's mini camp with the Warriors teammates. He was the only Warrior teammate not to attend.
Is that really news?
Kuminga has a 3-year, $75.2 million deal on the table that he has yet to say yes or no on.
Right, but again, is that really news? I'm not showing up. I don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. The people break news just because I think they're bored and there's nothing to talk about, because that's not news. The
owner wants him there, but
the owner said we're drafting this guy over other guys, and nobody else in the franchise wanted him there. That's news. Not showing up to Jimmy's camp, dog. If I'm busy, I got stuff going on my personal life, I'm not showing up to your camp either. Watch Jimmy. What are you gonna do? You're gonna punch me too, Draymond Jr. Like, no, dog. I want my money. I don't want to be here. Well, for whatever reason, he wants to go to Salt Lake City, Utah, and play for the Jazz and be the face. That's cool. Go get your bag, go be the dude. Because honestly, you probably be the face of Utah, and like you like to say, you get the key. You get the key to Utah if you went there. Because honestly,
him and Ace Bailey would be great to watch.
I think he would. I think he definitely has the potential to lead a franchise given the opportunity. And
I think the owner of the franchise trying to keep him there because, again, when Curry's gone, Steve Kerr's gone, trying to keep him there for that aspect. But Steve Kerr don't want to play him, and honestly, I don't. I'm on Kuminga's side. Like, dude, I feel like I could be that dude. He's proven it before. We saw it with if you had two eyes in the playoffs last year when Curry went down. Like, Jimmy, but where was Jimmy?
So their coach doesn't have eyes?
I don't think Steve Kerr does.
Got eyes?
I don't think Steve Kerr got eyes.
Because, I saw, I
saw it.
I didn't really get to see a whole lot during the season. Then in the playoffs, Kerr went down, and then I'm like, dude, just a bug.
I walked in 30 piece. Like, 30 piece, hold this, and with the sauce, too. Like, he said, give me the sauce, give me the large fry, and the large drink. Dude, I'm giving it all.
I guess, for me, the dude was just really exciting to watch. Like, he was electrifying, which is what you want in this day and age in basketball. He was just exciting at the rim. And he had the handles, and he could shoot. So again, like I said, is it really news that he didn't go to the Jimmy's?
Well, I'm not surprised he didn't go.
No, again, so it's not news. It's
but
weird.
But I also feel like they're trying to spin it on Kuminga, try to picture Kuminga as.
Bitch, he don't care.
No, at this point he don't care. He's dug in. He's 10 toes deep in this. He does not care, but. And like I said, NBA season's approaching. We're getting here. We got some injuries out there, which I think is weird considering. Take care of your bodies. Like, all athletes. Take care of your body because this is crazy work. Moving over to the nitty and gritty over here in the NFL. Nick Bosa, out for the year. ACL.
Ouchie.
Now, speaking of that, in 2018, they were the number 4th most injured. 2019, the 6th most injured. 2020, number 1. 2021, 3rd. 2022, 9th. 2024, number 1. And this year, number 1 again. I think it's time to get a new training staff.
Well, that's kind of
like, is it time to get some new training staff in this motherfucker? Like,
why are your players always hurt?
Like, whoa.
But all that said, though, Niners are something to reckon with. They're starting to get healthy. Brock Purdy will be back this week.
Yep.
He'll be back in the starting lineup.
Kittle's at least, not this week, but net one more.
He's one more game away from being able to return off of IR. So, I mean, and the Niners are looking good. I mean,
outside of that, the only thing that's honestly was a little shocking to me was the Brandon Ayuk news.
And they're playing the Jaguars.
I guess I just didn't know it was more damage than what.
They kept it quiet.
They kept it quiet. Obviously, Brandon Ayuk, we thought was getting close. He tore his ACL last year against Kansas City Chiefs, and he was supposed to be rumored to be around back by week 6, 7. Apparently now he's not even close. They returned from the knee injury that he suffered a year ago. There's more damage than just the ACL, and it required more time. Which they kept that under wraps, which again, I didn't know it.
Well, the thing is that there's some people's bodies just
don't
recover back faster than others, even though we've seen people come back quicker. And I just think, after, the previous offseason leading up to last year with the turmoil and everything yet, I don't think he's necessarily looking to try to push himself back. And he's wanting to be fully healthy and fully secure in that knee, so I don't necessarily let him not wanting to rush back.
I just know if you're a Niners fan, you're very optimistic. All these injuries, you're still undefeated. Brock Purdy's coming back.
And you get the Jaguars
this week, which should be an easy dub. Kittle's a week away. Well, not easy, but
it should be a dub.
Should be a dub. Kittle's a week away. You know,
And a very competitive division, like almost always. But like you sustained all these injuries early, and you're still undefeated, which is to me like honestly the NFC
and Christian McCaffrey's healthy. Like that's the greatest.
Well, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
My bad. Let me get on that one. My bad, Niners. My bad. I'm knocking on wood. But yeah, it's definitely something to be, you know, optimistic about for sure. Like, didn't expect it. Not with all those injuries.
Honestly, if you're an NFC fan team, you're a fan of an NFC team, be scared.
Yeah.
Because the Niners, they withstand all these injuries, and obviously a Bosa going down injury. That's normal. Yeah. One of the Bosas always seems to go down, and like honestly, I guess it was.
I have seen rumors that they might be looking at like Bradley Chubb from Miami to try to trade for, to bring in to try to help fill that Nick Bosa role, which it wouldn't be bad to change the senior for Bradley Chubb. I wouldn't be optimistic for that. Wouldn't be a bad move, but
wouldn't be a bad move for the Chiefs to go get someone like that either.
No,
for some pass rush.
Absolutely
help.
CeeDee Lamb, Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, out 3 to 4 weeks, high ankle sprain.
That looked nasty.
Yeah, it did. So they're saying 3 to 4 weeks, but they're also saying next 2 games. So again, like I said, 3 to 4 weeks.
So he's not on IR yet.
Not on IR. Mike Evans, hamstring injury for the 7th straight year. Gonna miss 3 to 4 weeks. Not on IR either. Weird flex.
That poor hamstring.
That poor. Oh, 7 straight years. But again, also always had 1,000-yard season.
I mean, like at some point, maybe he should have went with Christian McCaffrey overseas, get some stem cells in that hammy or something.
You're not wrong. But that's really about the injury bug.
We have Xavier Worthy. He's coming back. It's been reported that he will be playing this weekend. So us Kansas City Chiefs fans, we're here to get our...
Rasheed Rice is allowed back in the building now. Can't, obviously do any of the other curricular activities, but he's allowed in the building.
I mean, we're just trying to get...
He's allowed to walk around. Take a look around.
He's allowed to be in the meetings, and he's allowed to lift, but he obviously can't practice yet, but he's back in the facility, which is great news. But basically, he's getting Worthy back. Thornton for the Kansas City Chiefs, he's looking like he's setting up...
Where's Roy? I want to see Roy.
Well, apparently he has tendonitis in the knee.
Bitch, you too young. Bitch, what you mean tendonitis? I can't. Every time I see tendonitis, bitch, you too young. Tendonitis.
Well, he was DMP last week against the Giants.
Yeah, I was like, I want to see him, man. We got a little small taste of him there in preseason. I want to see you out there and play, dog.
But I don't think wide receiver is that big of a need for us because we're kind of like the Niners, so we can just kind of tread water a little bit. Really, we need to just kind of get our head above the water, personally. Because obviously the Niners they're flying above the water. We just keep our head above water, try to get above 500. Obviously get to 500, then kind of keep climbing and just try to stay right there. Don't get too far behind and get Rice back. Worthy's obviously coming back. I think passing game wise will be fine, but there's been a lot of connections, a lot of rumors, even leading into the season that we look at running backs.
And it seems to be linked to Breece Hall.
Well, I personally thought it was crazy. I was like, you got Kareem, we had that rookie that no idea, can't remember his name, and then Pacheco coming back off that leg injury. But honestly, like, our running game has looked like dog shit.
Can't have Patrick Mahomes as the leading rusher.
Outside of last week, Isaiah finally he looked a little bit more patient. It looked like he looked better. There was a couple cutbacks. He kind of waited for some holes to open up. He just wasn't like...
I really think that's the problem with you. He's just going 110% so much instead of just waiting for things to kind of develop. I really think that's Pacheco's honest problem. Is he's just trying to just go, and you just gotta be a little bit patient, man. A little side-to-side action, then boom, take off. Like
maybe talk to Le'Veon
Bell a little bit. Don't listen too much to Le'Veon Bell. You know what I mean? Like,
don't talk about money.
Don't talk about money. Talk about the game. Absolutely.
So there's 2 running backs that Kansas City's been tied to: Alvin Kamara and Breece Hall. Out of the 2 of them, which one?
Breece Hall. Not even quite Breece Hall. Like, not even.
Defend it. Why?
What is Alvin Kamara going to bring that Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco aren't already doing?
Everything.
Like,
you have a 4-down back in Alvin Kamara. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside the tackles. He can catch the ball. He's a threat in the mat. He can take the ball from the 20 to. He can go 100 yards. end zone to end zone, if he touches that ball, he's still that dude. You've never seen Isaiah do it. Or look at Kareem Hunt. Great. We at the 5-yard line. We first and go up the 5. Kareem 3 times. Oh, he's going to get in there probably eventually. We need a short yardage. Let's not come out in jumbo. Let's spread it up. I have Kareem back there. He probably can get a yard or two. But Alvin Kamara is sure-handed out of the backfield.
If you want like the veteran presence, it's Kareem.
You don't need
want
veteran
the untapped young guy.
What do
the
you
potential.
need veteran presence? I don't need a potential. Breece Hall is on last year of his rookie deal. Don't care to resign him if we get him. Alvin Kamara, people want to say, what's the money? Actually, it would cost whoever would really get him
it's
about $3 million.
$3
The Chiefs could move off of him and only take $3 million in dead cap next year. But to make an actual deep Super Bowl run with a legitimate back, a 1 through 4 back like Alvin Kamara, Isaiah, and Kareem, that's tough. Talk about throwing with speed, power, and then just a dude that just likes to run into stuff for fun, and Isaiah Pacheco, because that's what he kind of does. Like, Alvin Kamara lined up behind Patrick Mahomes, Travis at the tight end, Rashee Rice, Worthy, and then Thornton, and then Noah Gray. God damn. And then pull Jawan Taylor and put somebody else in that right tackle.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Get that right tackle.
Great. Breece Hall has a good system there with the Jets, and you had a great week 1 against the Steelers, and then dude shit the bed in fantasy for me, so dude get fucked.
A little bit of animosity.
A little animosity, but Alvin Kamara fits better with the Chiefs because we can get him involved in the passing game, which would help our O-line, which would then help take a little bit of pressure off the skill guys out wide. But he also can run. Now, he's never really had a whole lot of 1,000-yard rushing.
No.
But we don't need that. We were air raid now. We're trying back to air raid. We saw that against the Giants. We air raided out a little bit, get Worthy back. We got that 4-2 speed coming back. To me, it's Alvin Kamara. I don't like the Breece Hall trade. I don't care that he's, quote-unquote, going to be cheap. We're not going to keep him. Like, nobody we would get in a trade, we would keep them. Maybe we keep Alvin Kamara on a restructured deal coming in the offseason. But I'm not looking next year. I'm trying to get another chip this year. I'm trying to have that song with Mahomes and Travis.
I mean, that's fair. Kamara to me,
You know it's okay to say that I persuaded you.
I mean,
okay.
Listening to your argument, yes, I understand where you're
coming from. I'm looking at you, you're like, oh, yeah, dude.
I'm listening to the argument, yes, what Alvin Kamara could bring. But I just think Breece Hall's in the wrong system down there in New York.
The whole line's pretty solid. You were with a mobile quarterback in Justin Fields. I mean, what really more do you want? Outside some of his touches are going away, but even if we come to Kansas City, Breece Hall to me is a little bit more better awareness, lane choosing than Isaiah Pacheco at this point. Because Alvin Kamara, he picks the correct
You
way.
want Alvin Kamara just more because of the patience between the tackles or the actual threat out of the backfield catching?
He's a threat running and catching the ball. He's at this point in his career, he's a JV Christian McCaffrey.
That's fair. That's a fair statement.
Because he's
I
wasting.
I could rock with that analysis.
Because we still run the ball. I can bruise you with Kareem. I can bruise you for fun with Isaiah because he'll just run into you and hop up and jump up and down. But I can still put Alvin in there. You don't know if I'm running it or passing it.
You're trying to sit here just thinking about if you just line two guys up, if you had if you fucked with them and did a jumbo package with Alvin Kamara and then Kareem Hunt, boy, you'd be terrified not knowing.
You can go into shotgun and have Isaiah and Alvin to my left and right. You have Worthy, Rice, Travis, Noah Gray. Now what the fuck am I going to do? Am I going to run it? I'm going to put them out? I keep Isaiah in.
I guess if you switch that as Breece Hall, if you see Breece Hall in the backfield, you're thinking, well, you're just going to run it. You're not going to probably throw that out of the backfield.
I've never really seen Breece Hall Breece Hall can catch out of the backfield for sure.
Not.
I think that's a game. I think that's part of his game that is not being
utilized
a whole lot currently with the Jets and Justin Fields. But Alvin Kamara,
you could utilize that right.
He's a game breaker. He can break the game open, like I said.
Then, like you said, you take him and what his skill set is, and you plug it into an Andy Reid system. It becomes, like you said, a JV Christian McCaffrey, which is nothing disrespectful. It's pretty solid.
I mean, considering what Christian McCaffrey is, the whole 49ers.
Yes.
Like last week, the Niners run game,
non-existent.
Dog ass wasn't there. McCaffrey though, beast catching the ball out of the backfield.
Good
run
stuff.
Game, not there. You're stopping the run. Cool. Really not stopping Alvin Kamara because, okay, cool. You have Travis. Fuck Worthy. Fuck Thornton. And then Rice, week 7, fuck me.
Pretty much. New left tackle in there.
No,
even right tackle, even better.
Don't move Simmons. Simmons is a top 5 left
I
tackle
love
right
Simmons.
now.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from the rookie. But Andy Reid, if you ever see this podcast, please get the fuck of Jawan Taylor out of the way. Please, bro.
It was so confusing. They asked about the injury was asked
when
about.
When you're doing a PowerPoint presentation mid-game about where Jawan Taylor was live, it's time to move him out of there.
What did you see?
Time to get him up out of there.
Andy Reid was asked during his media appearance. They asked about Jawan Taylor and his false starting and lining up illegally, and he was like, "Yeah, he's kind of been working on that." But when that doesn't happen, he's one of the best right tackle and pass blocking in the league. When we can get there, and he's not getting we literally saw him get flagged for lining up illegally, and the very next play he's on his ass. Yeah. So what do you mean? There was a pass play. It was like it was a run.
Well, I just think that a lot of frustrations, and I think Patrick's starting to get frustrated with him. You saw it.
I'm going to fuck about Patrick. You're going to fuck about me and my feelings. Don't like Jawan Taylor.
No.
Watching him. So I saw we had a big play, but I'm like, well, Jawan Taylor false started, and there's no flag.
Every time, as a Chiefs fan, when you see a flag get thrown in the backfield, your first reaction is, fucking Taylor.
And it usually is.
That's the reaction. So, yeah.
He just needs to go back to Jackson.
Put more back in there. Can we get more? He can make it 13 minutes. It's okay.
Give me somebody else about him. But
let's try it there. Let's see what happens.
You gotta be better than the dude lining up illegally and false starting almost every other play.
But yeah, there's that. That's the news. Thursday Night Football yesterday, we had the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks ended up winning that game on a game-winning field goal. Shout out to the field goal kicker and them smelling salts. He was ready to go, boy.
You see a kicker out there smelling salts, you lost.
Dude, man, watch that field that dude. I knew he was making that field goal when he hit that. Boy hit that smelling salt, he was ready to go. I guess I want to ask you this, Brandon. So Arizona lost this game. I think Kyler Murray had a great game. Marvin Harrison Jr. had some great catches, but also some miscommunications between Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison. Why do you think that is not meshing properly? Do you think it's because of the conversations that have been out there? I can't give him the ball all the time. There's not enough ball. Do you think that's hurting the chemistry, or do you just think it's just they're not meshing? What do you think the problem is between those two dudes?
I just think,
or not necessarily a problem, but why do you think it's not?
There is some kind of problem there. Whether
okay.
I can't, because there's never been anything said there's a rift between them. So I don't necessarily know. Maybe it's a kind of like a scheme issue. Because personally, I'm scheming my offense around getting Harrison Jr. the ball.
Yes.
But also, you can't force feed somebody the ball. You can't be Joe and Jamar Chase. You just can't force feed you the ball.
Yeah.
That's not winning football as we've seen. But you should definitely have the offense built around him where to get plays drawn up for him. I mean, he has the potential to be one of the elite wide receivers in the league. So if it's not a scheme thing, then it's definitely a chemistry thing between the two of them where they're just the vibe's wrong or something.
Well, because you always hear Kyler Murray talking about, I can't always give him the ball. He's either going to have 10 targets this game or 3 targets this game. I just feel like sometimes you shouldn't say things like that.
Well, I mean, that's being honest, because if you're being doubled, you're being bracketed, then I'm not going to force you the ball and turn the ball over. The other people are going to have to step up, and you're going to get 5 one-on-ones, and out of those 5, I'm going to give you 3 shots.
It's just unfortunate that it just feels like it hasn't quite.
I mean, sometimes just it's kind of like Tyreek and Tua, like that. Just obviously Tyreek has done some other, said some other things, but like sometimes that chemistry of Travis and Mahomes, like 99% of the time, Mahomes knows where Travis is going to be. I don't even have to know. I just throw it to a spot and I know you'll be there. Yeah. It's kind of the same with Tyreek and Tua. Like there's been some turmoil out in the media and things that Tyreek has done, but like that chemistry with an elite wide receiver just is not there. Like that vibe that we.
I think that's really what they're just missing at this point. Like the chemistry.
They just don't. I don't think. I really just don't think they jive. Like they just.
We got to figure out something. That really comes down to coaching.
And they just can't. When maybe they don't get along off the field, or maybe they're just not on the same kind of group. But we've known players that don't hang out or do stuff off the field, but on the field. like they're
Boy, we're
connected.
getting it done, and they have not been able to do that. And I just think that's really what they're missing to get figured out. Like, you get that game figured out. Dude, Arizona's like not as like I want to say scary team, but like it's something to be reckoned with. They can figure that portion out.
That's something they should be able to build on. Should be able because Kyler Murray, franchise quarterback. I think it's safe to say that he's probably a franchise guy, like franchise altering. No, but he's probably a dude that, given the right season with the right pieces and things fall right, could potentially get you to the top. But Marvin Harrison Jr. has to be a part of that, and if that there fails, it's hard for me to really put it on the players and put that because I mean it's Harrison Jr.'s second year in the league.
Yes.
So for me, it falls a little bit more on coaching and not trying to get him.
I agree. It's coaching. Like the scheme's got to be better. We got to be able to run in and outs, the 5 yards and slash
cutbacks. You have an elite
cutbacks.
tight end, and everybody can agree with, and potentially an elite wide receiver. So your offense should just kind of be clicking, and it seems like you're having issues getting your stud wide receiver the ball consistently. Which really, there's easy way. Like even if it's just like a bubble screen.
Yeah.
Just give him the ball.
Just give him the ball.
Just some touches, just so he stays engaged. Sometimes it looks like he is kind of checking out because he knows he's.
No, he definitely looks like sometimes he like in that game. You watch. There was times where he didn't run his full route, or there was clearly miscommunication, especially on the run throw where they took off. Harrison's going down the field and Kyler threw the check down to the sideline. I'm like, boy, you were completely not even on the same page. Like, it's just they got to figure it out, and it's on them. But it's also on the coaching to figure that out.
I put it more on coaching than I put it on Kyler, but like he doesn't really like come out to me as like that leader. So I put it more on the coaching staff and not making that work.
Yeah.
For how young, I mean, Harrison Jr. He's a 23-year-old. Dude, you can't really put that on him. You have to make that work. You have to put that scheme around him. I mean, he had a hell of a catch in the end zone.
He did.
So I mean, like you see the flashes, and it's like, why is there not more of this?
I have to say though, are you very pleased so far through the season with the Thursday night football games? We're actually getting some good competitive games on Thursday night football. I haven't had a bad Thursday night football game.
I think that from last year and then rolling into this year, I think we've finally gotten.
That's some good.
The Amazon has knocked out the Thursday night games, getting
Absolutely,
better matchups.
man. I've been very pleased with the Thursday night football here. But moving in.
So same with I think what you say about Monday night. I think Monday night games have also been very strong along with Sunday night. I think NFL's emphasized those primetime slots a little bit more. Now some games later on in the season, I hope there's a way they can be a lot more flexible with a lot of Monday night, Sunday night games. So just Thursday be a little bit tougher, but like be a little bit more flexible. Like say like, there's a like the Broncos for instance. Say they have like a Sunday night or Monday night game or something, and like whoever like them or whoever they're playing is just not doing very good. Like they're not like we're week 10 and the team they're playing is going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. Let's flex somebody in there that's going to be has a winning record, even if it might be a noon game. Let's go ahead and flex that there so we get a primetime better,
Absolutely.
competitive game. I think flexing should be a lot more going on when we get around week 8 to week 10. Start flopping these teams around so then primetime slots we're getting to see. Even if it's kind of quote-unquote smaller market teams.
Absolutely. Before we get into our Week 4 matchups and our predictions and stuff like that, we need to have a conversation about a quarterback that I'm getting frustrated with. Because not just because he's on my fantasy team.
That's because he's on the fantasy team.
It's a little bit, but it's like what happened. C.J. Stroud. And you pulled it. You have an interesting
stat. Really fun numbers for you guys. So through the last 15 starts, Anthony Richardson has better production and better record than C.J. Stroud. So, C.J. Stroud in his last 15 starts. He's 6-9, 15 total touchdowns, 12 picks. AR and 15 career starts. He's 8-7, 21 total touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
I generally don't know what's going on down there in Houston and C.J. Stroud. Rookie year, we can all agree, lightning in the bottle. For sure was lightning in a bottle. Last year, sophomore, we understand. Sophomore, it gets everybody. We get that. We understand that. But he got it going. There were ups and downs. This year, boy, I don't know what's going on. And again, you heard Brandon say he's on my fantasy team, CJ. I love you. I got you. Please figure like what is going on. Like what do we put this on? Obviously, new offensive line. Yes, Joe Mixon's out, but you got Nick Chubb back there. Nico Collins is still there. So what are we putting this on? Like what are we? Is this on CJ? Is this offensive coordinator? Like what do you think is the?
It almost seems like he's regressing. Like he just kind of like he. Well, I guess that's my problem with Jalen Daniels, and like everyone's like, oh, he's a top 5 quarterback, top 8 quarterback as a rookie. I'm like, okay, well, he looked great. He did. I'm not denying that. Yes. Dude gives me like that dude's franchise altering guy.
Again, do it again.
But
please.
So did C.J. Stroud. His rookie year, I'm like, okay, and then like he came out kind of strong, struggled a little bit, and kind of teetered, and I'm like, yeah, that sophomore stuff's going to get you a little bit, but like this year, like kind of waiting, and like saw a little bit of like, you know, getting back to like that quote unquote that rookie form that he had, but like in totality, he's kind of like, dude, you kind of seem like you're kind of flaming out a little bit, and I'm not really putting that on the coaching staff. The coaching staff to me seems pretty solid. To me, it seems it's more of a him thing than anything else because he has weapons.
I just feel like and I'm not a fan of listening to people on mainstream talk about weapons. What do you mean weapons, dog? Like there's a lot of quarterbacks out here that ain't got weapons. Like, and they doing just fine or getting by. Like, I don't want to hear it. He got Nico Collins. Let's not act like Nico Collins is not a weapon. Let's not act like Nick Chubb.
Is it Nico Collins is an easy top 5 or top 10 wide receiver?
Yeah, it's like,
I don't say top 5, but he's definitely a top 10 wide receiver that he has. So that's talent.
When Joe Mixon comes back, you're going to have a solid run game. The O-line, yes, you may have lost some, but they've upgraded in certain areas. To me, it's just coming down to a read thing. Like, I don't know what CJ's like. It's like you said, he regressed in what he's reading, what he's seen, and what has actually happened. I feel like they're two different things right now, and it's I want to say not hard to watch, but it's hard to watch because it's like, what happened, bro? You were on your way to potentially be a top 10 quarterback, put your name in that conversation, working your way up, and it's like, bro, what is going on? Like it's not good, and he needs to figure it out.
Well, I mean, he's going to do his 3rd year, so I mean, the season's still very young. I'm going
to
week 4.
Yes, still very.
So we'll kind of get. I mean, this is really not necessarily a make or break year for him, but like definitely need to start seeing.
To me, it's a make or break game. You're facing the Tennessee Titans, who are 0-3. You 0-3, bitch. You better not lose this game.
Well, I mean, he definitely needs kind of like the Chiefs. Kind of a little bit of a feel right game.
Yeah,
like try to
get some confidence.
Right the season a little bit more for the Texans. They need kind of that feel right game. The Titans should be that feel right game for them offensively, because defensively, Texans, I mean, they're a solid unit. So offensively, they kind of need that feel good time, which should be this game. But that's why I have Jalen Daniels. He's out again this week, so be out 2 weeks for a knee injury. Was again why I kind of have issues on people trying to anoint quote unquote guys coming into their 2nd year that look great as rookies as top 5 guys. Like, well, I'll take this dude. If I can take that guy as a rookie, how he looked, and have that kind of performance, well, yes, but like they don't ever look the same.
No.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, but the only person that has ever done that was Patrick Mahomes, but he didn't play as a rookie. He was a year 2 and year 3, but even year 3, he took a step back.
Yeah.
Even year 3 through like year 5, Mahomes regressed, but he was still a lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
When these other guys have not. But I mean, we've seen some other quarterbacks though struggle in situations, and then they bounced around a little bit, and then landed in another franchise and has become the franchise guy. I was Baker Mayfield, or the most recent
Daniel Jones, aka turned into Josh Allen.
Apparently, Josh Allen there in Indianapolis. But like, I mean, Danny Dimes has set history.
Yeah.
They are the Colts have now punted once over the first 3 games defused by any team over its first 3 games in the NFL season since at least 1940.
That's crazy. Before we get to that, there is one more quarterback we need to have a conversation about because it's been a big talk. New York Giants, Russell Wilson. He's been benched. They're going to go with the rookie Jackson Dart going forward for the rest of the season. Russell Wilson has now been benched again / whatnot. Conversation that we really want to talk about with this one right here, we're not going to spend too much time, is on First Take they were talking about Hall of Fame. Talking about Eli Manning. Well, if you're going to put Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame, you got to put Russell Wilson in the Hall of Fame. And I don't agree with that take at all. Like, they're not the same. Like, I get it. Eli Manning regular season, 50 win percentage. So far for Russell Wilson, 60. But okay, cool. Like, regular season, it matters. Let's not get it twisted. It matters. But what did you do when it mattered most? Eli has 2 of the greatest postseason runs you can arguably say in NFL history. And he beat the GOAT that everyone anoints, Tom Brady, twice. Even undefeated Brady with Randy Moss. When that offense was lightning in a bottle, you weren't stopping that. That defense, he did it twice. They're not the same. To me, this is... And Tony Gonzalez said this is a guy that played himself out of the Hall of Fame, which was crazy because you never hear Tony ever do anything like that. And that was way... Not out of character. It was out of character, but just never thought you'd hear Tony say something like that. But is Tony wrong?
Well, I think he's more of the... I don't think he's wrong. I don't think Russell Wilson, at any point of his career, was ever the best quarterback.
Nope.
Or you could even say, at any time in his career, a top 5 quarterback in his career. And for any standard of the NFL, easy Hall of Fame to get into.
No all pros as a quarterback. No all pros. No nothing.
But the easy Hall of Fame to get into NFL, I feel like you at least had to be a top 5 in your position at some point. And I don't think Russell Wilson was a solidified number, at least. I mean, I don't think he ever really cracked the top 5 at the height of his power. The one ring he did get, he just had to manage the ship, which is nothing wrong with that because Brady did that for three of his rings. He managed the ship and got it, made the plays when the plays needed to be made. There's nothing wrong with that. But to try to so I don't think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. He was just kind of one of those dudes that kind of had a short little run there. Like, it's trying to say that Joe Flacco belongs because he has a ring. No, you don't. Like, you mean you had a solid
like you
career.
Said, all rings are not equal.
They're
different.
They're not
no matter, and it does not take away from you having the ring, but the situation and how you got there and how you did it honestly matters to a degree.
Eli Manning's 2 rings outweighs probably his brother's rings. And his brother got there more, but Eli's undefeated. Russell Wilson got there and, actually waxed Peyton Manning.
Yep.
In his first one. If Russell would have beat Brady, it depends who you also beat, too, when you have a solid overall career. Let's say it was a solid career for Russell Wilson. If he would have 2 rings, been undefeated in the Super Bowl, and he got
different
Brady,
conversation.
Then I think, you're a Hall of Famer with a solid career with 2 Super Bowl rings. Instead, you're 1-1 with the biggest what the fuck throw ever in the Super Bowl.
That's always going to go down as the most bonehead move in NFL history. It will.
It will.
That's something you'll talk about for years to come, generations to come. Why didn't you just hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch? You can go find a random kid up the street. Hey man, what do you think of this play? Why didn't you hand the ball off to Marshall? Why did you throw it? Why didn't you hand the that will always be there. That's something that's always gonna hang. And that's not hating on Russell Wilson, but it's just dude, at what point are you going to just stop and just understand that it's
Well, I think that's what Tony. So back on what Tony Goss was saying. So we both agree that he's not a Hall of Famer.
No.
But he'll probably get in because he won a ring. But the NFL's Hall of Fame is easy to get into, really, in totality, in my opinion. But what I think Tony Goss is really trying to say is stop.
Just stop.
Just after the season, you got 2 choices. Go be a backup somewhere. Don't be in the limelight. Don't be let's ride. Let's not make this about you. Go be a solid backup. Or go do what Joe Flacco's doing, who's also a Super Bowl winning quarterback, MVP. Be like that guy, that you're a bridge guy and help develop guys, or just go away and enjoy life, be a commentator, do whatever you want to do post NFL because you're done.
It's done.
But moving not off the Giants completely. Why the fuck did we not start Dart from the jump? If we only went 3 weeks in the season with Russell Wilson at quarterback, he lit up the Cowboys, and then he goes against the Spags defense and the Chiefs, which, if you know any of your fucking history, struggles against from Seattle, when he was with Seattle to the Cowboys to the Broncos to the Steelers. As we saw, if you just look it up, struggles against Spags defense. He just doesn't read it right. There's too much going on. He just can't beat it. After riding with the Cowboys and losing, you're 1-1 1-2, so you're like, you know what? Fuck it. Benching him. Why? If you're a coach, if you're an owner, the GM, what does that do you putting him in there against? I think they played.
Well, when you look
they played the Chargers, I think this week.
Yeah, 0-3. Like when you put the rookie.
Oh yeah, my bad. They're 0-3.
0-3.
They're 0-3, not 1-2. They're 0-3. Why put him in there now? What good does that do you? Why don't you let him sit a little bit longer? Like at least
I would have rocked with Jameis Winston.
you're gonna put him in there for some fun, but like as a coach, you're not saving your you're done. Like you're fired. The GM 50-50. Like why are you trying to ruin this dude? He's not gonna get you to the playoffs. Your team's not built yet. So why don't you let Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston get the shit beat out of them? Save your rookie till about week 10, week 11. Get a good 6-game look at him. Like, okay, yeah, we can see what we can work with. And then go into next year behind it. Why we only play? Why week 3? Why not just out the jump?
And why start him against the Chargers, who are actually rolling right now? I don't know if I want to put him against that. Like I would have waited for, like if I'm playing the Panthers or the Saints or somebody that's not worth the damn. Like let's put you out here. Let's see what you do. Not against the fucking Chargers.
I don't know when the Giants' bye week is, but I would aim to put him in during the bye week.
Yeah.
Following the bye. Let me give you 2 weeks to prepare for this team, so this is the best. Like this is really my best look I'll really be able to get out of you, a la being a rookie.
You're not wrong.
But it makes the Giants a little bit more intriguing. But it's going to be.
I just say this at the same time for the Giants fans that wanted Jackson Dart and you were cheering and hoorahing. Keep that same energy. That same hype about him when he goes in and he struggles and he's making mistakes. Keep that same energy is all I got to say. Keep the same energy. Because you wanted this. You made the hoorah. They're giving you what you want. Keep that same energy. So, moving off that, let's go to our Week 4 matchups. Brandon, we got the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders.
Yes, we do.
Who we got? Who you feeling, though?
Oh, I'm doing the picks?
Yeah, we're going to.
All right, I'll do the picks. All right. I have the Commanders.
Marcus Mariota coming in Week 2.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
second straight week starting? Yeah.
I don't trust the Falcons.
Yeah, Michael Penix. Yeah, it's not been great. I dropped him off my fantasy team.
No, I don't blame you.
I dropped him. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills and the New Orleans Saints, dog. New Orleans, Buffalo.
Yeah, honestly.
Are you feeling a blowout?
Yeah, I'll be sleeping. If that's the game I'm watching, I'll be sleeping. Give me a Buffalo.
We got Detroit and Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm sleeping. That's Detroit. I'll be sleeping that one.
You wake up and Cleveland wins that game, you have a lot of questions.
I mean, yeah.
They beat the Packers last week.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they got the
You were sleeping last week and they ended up winning.
So that's where I was like, what the fuck happened?
Next up, we got the battle of two teams that have not won a game that we just talked about. C.J. Stroud and the Tennessee Titans.
Texans.
It's that get-right game, right?
It's got to be that get-right game to get you to 1-3.
Now we got the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. Panthers will feel themselves.
It's the Patriots.
It should be
the Patriots. That defense is going to shut down Bryce Young in that offense. Patriots all looking pretty solid.
And then we got the Chargers and the New York Giants. This is...
That's the Chargers.
This shouldn't...
Chargers. If it's close, I'm going to have some questions.
And then we got the game that everyone's talking about, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both undefeated.
Who's at home?
Bucks.
You mean Bucks? Because I feel like the Eagles, they should have lost last week against the Rams. The Bucks were hot. Baker's hot. They're out Mike Evans.
Yep, but that's not Baker.
But like that Eagles offense is, they don't really have that identity. Saquon's not really Saquoning currently right now.
AJ's only had like one AJ game.
When they finally aired it out. But like that Bucks defense is pretty stout, pretty strong. I'll take the Bucks at home.
And then we got Daniel, a.k.a. Josh Allen, and the Indianapolis Colts versus the Rams.
I would like to say the Rams because they're at home. But you got to ride the hype train on the Colts, dude. You got to ride the Colts.
And then we got the get-right 49ers, health-wise, against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So can you really be get-right game if you're 3-0? But yeah, no,
that's fair.
It's the Niners and Brock Purdy's return.
And then we got our Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens, which...
Chiefs, baby.
Chiefs, baby.
Lamar's never beat the Chiefs. So you gotta give me the Chiefs.
Since 2012, since he's won. Since Baltimore's
won.
been 2012 since they've won at Arrowhead. Ouch.
Give me the Chiefs.
Then you got, I know you're going to love this game right here. I know you're going to be awake. You got the Chicago Bears and the Las Vegas Raiders.
That could be a good game. I mean, you laugh, but it could be a good game. Caleb Williams, Geno Smith.
Could be.
Give me the Raiders. They might figure it out and feed Jinty like they do like he did at Boise.
That's fair.
Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders.
Then we got the most anticipated return. We got the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Is it close?
Honestly, like it's Sunday night and I'm gonna sleep that game away probably. Like it might. I don't see it close. CeeDee Lamb's out. I'm more curious to see how many times Micah hits Dak.
That's two.
And if he hurts him.
You know,
kind of if he hurts him a little bit.
And then that's the games for the weekend. The 2 Monday night games I'm honestly disappointed in a little bit. We have 2 Monday night games. First Monday night game, we got the Jets and Dolphins.
The Dolphins is going to be a feisty game.
Both
need to win bad. The Dolphins really need to win. But give me Justin Fields and the Jets.
Hopefully,
the Dolphins do. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I trust the Jets way more than I trust the Dolphins.
And then we got the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. Ouch.
Yeah, I guess give me Sean Payton and the Broncos, I guess. Like, it's not, that one kind of sucks. They had Joe Burrow didn't get a sprained big toe.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be that'd be a different ballgame, but I guess, give me the Broncos.
That's our Week 4 predictions and matchups. Let us know who you guys got. We'll see you guys next week.